Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Thanksgiving. So for today's video, I am going to be using the brand new Fenty Beauty Snapshadows. I only purchased two. I purchased three, the number 3 and the number 4. Deep Neutrals and Rose. And I have the two palettes right here and I have them snapped together. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, also a full face of Fenty while I chatted, full face of Fenty, then stay tuned and continue to watch this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, please. It's 2020. Don't be shady. Be a lady. Let's get right into it. I was so excited when I saw the sneak peeks for these shadows because they're so petite, so cute. The palettes snap together. Fenty Beauty is so innovative with their packaging, and even though the shades are nothing new, I was still excited to get my hands on at least two of the palettes because you gotta have two to snap together. So I purchased the Snap Shadow in the shade Deep Neutral, which is number 3. This is the outside packaging, and I also purchased Rose, which is number 4, and this is the outside packaging. They have the colors on the top. They come with 6 shadows each. So here are the deep neutrals. These shades are right up my alley. I am a neutral girl at heart. Yes, I love to play in color, but I am a neutral girl. And the Rose, to me, not a neutral girl, a warm tone girl. I love a warm palette. Here is the Rose one. These two spoke to me the most, like I said, and they do come with a mirror. None of the palettes have shades that we haven't seen before, but I love how petite they are. They are so travel friendly. You just take the backs of the palettes. It's almost a little bit magnetic as well as snap together, and you just click them and snap them together. Now when they're snapped together, you open one side, you open the other side, and you have 12 shadows in such a compact situation, and I'm loving it. So for today's look, I don't know what I'm doing. I did my eyebrows for the sake of time. I don't know if I mentioned they are doing some type of construction above me, so the base part of the video, I'll show you what I'm using, but I'm just going to speed through the base part so we can just focus on the shadows. So let me first prime my eyelids. I'm going to take the lightest pink in this palette, which is like a dusty baby pink, and I'm just going to go in my transition area with that. They're a bit powdery. I don't mind it. Bother me. And I'm just going to tap that up here. It's really light, but that's cool. It's powdery. The Neutrals palette reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay if it was a more compact. And so I'm going to take this Deepy Mauve shade. Let me show you which one I'm using. It's a more of a true mauve. Let's try to use this mirror. I don't usually use the mirrors in palettes, but we're going to go for it today. And I'm just fluffing it in the transition area. My base is not set, so I like to stamp my shadow first and then blend so I don't get skipping. So I put most of my color on the outside. and then I move on in. So I pat some color down first, and then I pack it onto the outside of the eye, and then I sweep it in. And I'm using this true mauve shade right here. I need a buffer. So what I'm going to do is something I normally do, which is take my face powder and I'm going to go closer to like the brow area just to have a buffer. In the crease as well, or above that last shadow we put down, more where the baby pink shadow was, and I'm going to take this bright pink and go right. Oh, I dug my nail right in the glitter. Look at that. Womp womp. So I'm going to take that bright pink matte shade and I'm going to go put it on the outside first so I can see what I'm working with. And then bring it around. I'm going to have to tap out my lid because I got a little bit of creasing. Tap. Okay. Now that I have that down, I need some dimension. So I'm going to go into my other palette, which is the deep neutrals, and I'm going to take this like burgundy shade and I'm going to put that a little lower, and I'm going to concentrate most of the color on my outer V in circular motions, and then bring it in to my socket. I will say they're blending out good. I don't see any patchiness. Pigmentation is okay. It's not bad. I like them. I knew I would. And I knew these two palettes, but I will say I did dig my finger in that, but the shadows itself, they're pretty powdery, so it's kind of messy, but the packaging is easy to clean up because it's all that hard plastic. It's not cardboard or anything, so even though it's white, it's still easy to clean, and I don't mind the powderiness of a shadow or fallout. That's why I choose to do my base last. That's just what I do. So that gave me some good dimension. Now I'm gonna go back into the pink shade, the hot pink shade, or the more fuchsia pink, and I'm gonna go around what I just did. Same brush, one brush, and this time I'm adding a little bit more color because I want a nice gradient. And once I get less color on my brush, I'm just gonna buff it around the edges. So now for the lid. For the lid, I think I'm gonna take this shadow that I dug my finger into it, which this is a rose, but I don't know. It looks like a pressed glitter. I hate using my fingers. If you didn't know that about me, hate. So that's the shade. I'm not flicking you off. I'm gonna swatch that shade. Do I want to use that? That's kind of dark. Let me swatch the one above it, which is more of a regular metallic shade. Looks matte and metallic. They're both pretty. Both pretty. Which do I want? Oh, I think I want the one I didn't even touch. I think I want this rosy shade. So this is like a true rose, metallic. And I think I'm gonna wet my brush just because. But these shadows, they don't feel like I have to wet my brush, but I'm gonna wet it. Just because I want to. And I'm gonna put that on my lid. Now I feel like these shadows, yes, you can take it there. You can do a halo, you can do a cut crease, and you can make it more flamboyant, if you will. But also, they're great, like, every day. I don't want to think about what I'm going to put on my eye type palettes. And then I'm going to take this glitter, this pressed glitter, and I'm just going to go on the center of my lid with the pressed glitter. Super shiny, super pretty. I like that. So I'm gonna line my top lash line and I'm gonna let out line my lower lash line with something else. This is the Pat McGrath Permagel eye pencil in the shade Black Coffee, just because I'm trying to keep it a little soft and sexy. I always say, if you feel like you want to wear like metallic and shimmer shades to work and you feel like you're doing a little bit too much but you need a line, use a brown liner because it's not as harsh and nighttime as a black eyeliner. And pencil over, use pencil versus liquid. It's not as harsh either. But you're still making a statement, but you're making a softer statement. That's just my opinion. I mean, the people who know me will tell you that I really don't care if I wear a fuchsia eyeshadow to work, because that's just none of your business. I'm coating my lashes for lashes. I'm using my probably expired Thrives Cosmetics mascara because it's my favorite and I need to buy another one. I love this mascara. So for lashes, I am going to be using today Flutter Lash in the style Heavenly, which looks like this. They're wispy. This is from the Light collection, Air Light collection. Flutter lashes. And I do like this collection. I did get these on sale. I think I bought them Black Friday. I bought the premium synthetic lash set from Lily Lashes as well, because you guys know I do not like to pay for high-end lashes, but in 2020 I want to do some different stuff. So I wanted to try out some lashes, and I said if I'm going to try out higher-end lashes, I have to get them at a discount or with a coupon or something, because that's just how I live my life. And here we are today. So, like I said, I've been into like glowing, like a disco ball. So today I want to give it a go. The outside the packaging is gorgeous. It's gold, and it's a balm. Looks like a, I guess you wind it up. I guess I don't need to wind it up, but my hands are slick, so I'm gonna put this on the high points of my cheek. It's real slippery. Illuminating, and then I'm gonna just tap it in. I guess I'll rub it in. Glowy balm. Feels like chapstick. We'll see. Feels greasy, but skin's looking good so far. So I have been using Jackie Aina's powder tip for powder before foundation, but I'm only gonna powder the center of my face because that's where my makeup tends to break up. Ooh. And I'm going to, with my damp beauty blender and my Laura Mercier translucent deep powder, I'm gonna powder the center of my face. And over my pores. I don't, like I've said in the past, I don't really suffer with large pores, but I just like the look that I get when I do a routine that is geared towards keeping pores in check. But my makeup does break up in my smile lines. But since starting this technique, I haven't been having that problem as bad. So, okay, now for foundation, I am going to take my Fenty Beauty Hydrating Pro Filter foundation. I'm going to put 2 pumps right there. That's all I'm going to put for now. I don't want to put a whole bunch of foundation on my face. And I'm just going to tap it out. I'm using Fenty, so let's go Fenty. I do love the Fenty powder, but it is very, very, very mattifying. So I tread lightly with this powder. But it is, I have it in the shade Honey, which is my perfect highlight shade. So I don't go super light with concealer under my eyes, but I compensate with powders. And I'm going to go very lightly with this Fenty Beauty powder. And I'm going to tap some on my hand. use this angle brush. This is a Royal, no, it's not. It's called Firma. I thought it was Royal Illuminating, and I'm going to use Coco Naughty. And I'm just going to bronze up the face. And I like this bronzer because it's not too red. It's not too cool. It's not too warm. It stays in place. And I'm just going to put some on the brush, and I'm going to squeeze the brush because I'm being lazy. And go down the sides of my nose. First, I'm going to take this eye pencil in the shade, what is this, Woodstock from Urban Decay. It's my sharpener. Just had it. I'm going to make it a little pointier. And I'm going to put that on my bottom lash line. I like to use colored pencils more on my bottom lash line versus my waterline. It's just more comfortable to me. Even though these pencils are eye safe, I do wear contact lenses, and I feel like it messes with my contact lenses when I put it directly on my waterline. So I rather put it on my lower lash line, and to me it wears better and longer when I do it that way too. So I'm going to take this hot pink shade that we used on the top, and I'm just going to sweep that along my bottom lash line to set that liner, also to smoke out the bottom lash line and put some color down there to tie this eye look together. I'm going to use this mirror. I gotta get used to using the mirrors and palettes because those mirrors be too... My other mirror, I love it because it's magnified, but I have to angle myself in a way where I'm not covering my face. So there that go. I never used to put shadow on my lower lash line, but I do now because it covers up some of the wrinkles. So I'm going to go into the Warm palette, and I'm going to take that kind of plum shade, and I'm just going to put it on the outside of the eye for dimension. I like that. And then I'm going to rub this in my color switch. And I'm going to go back into the Warm Neutrals palette, and I'm going to take this copper shade, and I'm going to highlight my inner corner with that. Super pretty. Told y'all these shades are like right up my alley. And blah blah blah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into this, and I'm gonna rub my brush in the two middle shades, my blush brush, put the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to blush up my face with the shadow. Bottom, top. Pretty. And then I'm going to take this, I have a highlighting brush. It's shorter, but it mimics the Anastasia, what you call it, highlighting brush. And it is an illuminating brush. And I'm going to highlight my face. I want a pinky shade. Okay, I'm going to use that same shade. I'm going to use this shade right here. The same shade I put on my lid. And I'm just going to put it on the high points of my cheeks. Here's the hot pink one what is this? This is the shade Unlocked. But I'm gonna line my lips first with Night Moth. So, I had Carmex on my lips beforehand. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to dab it in the center because I don't want to. So we're going to take this one. It's not Diamond Milk, Confetti. Just put it in the center, Fenty Beauty. Just the center. Some Lower Lash Mascara.
The side profile is looking kind of litty. We are glowy. We are fabulous. Okay, let's get to swatching.
So first I'm going to swatch the Snapshadow. This is number 3. This is Warm Neutrals. So here we have it. I'm going to swatch the top row and then the bottom row. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to swatch this row and then I'm going to swatch the bottom row. I'm not going to call out names because I'll be jacking them up and ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so here is the first 3 from right to left. We're going to go here. Beautiful coppery shade. That's a matte. That matte didn't swatch. Wait a minute. I said right to left. That was a lie. There's the matte. The matte don't swatch so well. The matte does not swatch so well, but that's the first row. And I'm gonna do it with like dampen type fingers. Dry them off a little bit, and then I'm gonna swatch the bottom. So this orange matte, this deep burgundy matte, and then it's like a deep chocolate matte. This is what it looks like on my fingers. And here is the orangey matte. burgundy matte and chocolatey matte. And there you are. This is the palette that I says reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, which is one of my favorite palettes, so I'm not mad at it at all. I think these swatches are not true to how these shadows perform, because I don't think these swatches swatch very well, but you can't judge a palette by the swatches, because we don't do one swipe and put it on our eye. We kind of swivel and swirl our brush into eyeshadows to put them on our eyes. So swatches are not always a true indicator of how a shadow is going to perform on the eyes, if that makes sense. But I use this palette and the shadows perform beautifully for me, but I wanted to swatch them so you can see what it looks like on my skin tone, because I am of a deeper skin tone. So I'm going to just dry this off. And now we're going to swatch number 4, which is the Rose palette. Again, I'm going to swatch the top row first, which is these 3, and then I'll swatch the bottom 3. So I'm going to do that baby pink, the hot pink, and then we have a shimmer on the top row. That's what it looks like on my fingers. And I'm that baby pink. It's super pigmented swatched, but it kind of blends out on my skin tone. And I'm sure if I used a lighter base, I could get it to show up true to color. And that's the shimmer. The shimmers to me are really buttery. They're not super dry and crumbly. I really like the way they perform. So the next row, we have a True Rose, and then we have a Mauve Matte, True Rose, a Mauve Matte, and then we have a Pressed Glitter. I think the Pressed Glitter is gorgeous. I wish there was a Pressed Glitter in both palettes, actually, because I don't really care for glitter, but in this formula, I really dig it. And I guess and that's what it looks like on my fingers. And I'm going to put it here. So that's the Rose Shimmer. That's the mauve. And that's what it looks like on my skin tone. But that's a great buffer shade, so don't let it fool you. And this is the Pressed Glitter. And that glitter is freaking phenomenal. So that is the Rose shades. So guys, my pros about this palette, I love how compact it is. These are super duper duper travel friendly. I mean, you have, even if I had more than 2, like to pack 4 of these eyeshadow palettes for a trip. I love the whole snapping mechanism. I think it's genius. Like, you put this in your travel bag and you got 12 shades, and it's not even as big as a bar. So like, and I used 2 brushes. Yeah, 2 brushes for this eye look. 2 brushes. I did dip into both shadow palettes, so I think the performance is pretty much across the board the same. It's not like one shadow performs better than the other, or one palette performs better than the other. I think they both perform very well, very well. I do think, and I like that about this. These are beginner friendly. You don't have too much to choose from. You don't have to guess which one should I put on the lid, which one should I put in the outer V. I was able to deepen up my eye look without even going to the deepest shade, because the deepest shade that I have in these 2 palettes would be this chocolate brown, and I didn't even dip into that for this eye look. The deepest shade I used was it was from the same palette, was this this burgundy kind of wine color. That's the deepest shade that I used for this eye look today, and you can take it even deeper with that deep brown. So, 12 shadows, no bigger than a bar of soap. Fenty, you did it again. I'm so proud of Rihanna and She's taken the beauty community by storm. There's not, well, I haven't purchased any products from Fenty Beauty that I don't like, but I haven't purchased all of the products from Fenty Beauty. I do not own not one of the kilowatt highlighters. However, I did use my, what do you call it, Snapshadow for blush and highlight today. And I just used a smaller brush and I made it work. So you don't have to buy all of the products to get the look. You can use what you have and get the look. And you know I'm big on use your makeup. So that's it for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe. Comment down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me know, did you purchase any of the Snapshadows? If you did, which ones did you purchase? How do you like them? Are you going to purchase more? What are you looking forward to from Rihanna next? I have Fenty foundation on, Fenty on the cheeks. I have Fenty bronzer. I have Fenty lip. So this turned out to be a full face of Fenty. Honey, you can't tell me nothing. Like, this face is I mean, I don't even have to say nothing. But what are you waiting for to push that like button? You done watched the whole video to see what I was doing. So go ahead and push the like button. Until next time, guys. Smooches. Bye. I hope you enjoyed. And again, Happy New Year.